fell on her schoolmates' ears. So they set the record straight. It's no secret that race relations have been a challenge during America's past. But some people seem intent on exaggerating their struggles in order to gain attention. That's exactly what Hollywood celebrity and Oscar winner Halle Berry appeared to do, after the star complained about her supposed racist classmates during high school. The X-Men actress and one-time Bond girl tried to play the victim during an interview with People magazine. However, Berry didn't count on one thing: residents from the town where she grew up calling out her exaggeration and bringing the race-baiting attempt back to reality. The X-Men actress says she was bullied because of the color of my skin, People wrote. Because my mother was white and my father was black. We got called Oreos and names, and kids just didn't understand, so we were different, Berry was quoted as saying. We were the brunt of a lot of jokes. So, I think my need to please and my desire to achieve was because I was constantly trying to prove that I was as good as the other white students. I felt very less than, and I thought, if I can beat them at everything, then I can be as good as them, she continued. According to PJ Media, those comments didn't sit well with people who grew up and went to school with the now famous woman. A Facebook group titled You Know You Grew Up in Bedford is focused on keeping people from that small town in Ohio in touch with each other. And it quickly became a platform for people to refute Berry's claims with first-hand experience. Class of '86 here. I didn't know Halle personally, so while I certainly can't speak to her individual experience, I can speak to how I looked at her and how all of my friends looked at her in high school, posted one user named Rachel. My female friends, black and white, and I thought she was gorgeous and wanted to look like her, while my male friends, black and white, had massive crushes on her and wanted to date her. Curious also that she left out the fact she was elected prom queen by the entire student body, black and white, she continued. She was in my art class at Bedford HS, I talked to her every day, she was a cheerleader too and treated like a queen. Recalled a former Bedford student named James. I always had respect for her until now. Other residents from the town where Berry grew up were blunt about calling out her exaggerations. Halle is whining for attention. If she wanted to change the way things are, she would be doing something, anything, for kids in her hometown, posted a woman named Dawn. She could easily afford to give a lot, but she doesn't. What has she done in the last 30 years to help Bedford cheerleaders? Any scholarships for local disadvantaged girls? Has she built a playground? A shelter? Put any Oakwood kids through college? Seriously? What has she done for the biracial kids walking the path that was so tough for her? The user continued. I know her very well. This is another Hollywood story that makes for a good interview, explained yet another apparent Bedford graduate named Cindy. She was never picked on. She was popular and very outgoing. Many more recollections from those who said they knew Berry before she was famous backed up that stance, and photos of the actress from her days as a prom queen, class president, and popular cheerleader were also posted. Her fellow students see a disconnect between the popular girl, whose peers elected her as their class president and prom queen, and the millionaire Hollywood elitist who now implies that she experienced systemic racism at school, PJ Media contributor Paula Biard explained. It's hard to muster up a lot of sympathy when the most popular girl's school talks about how hard her life was, when she likely endured nothing more than typical high school nastiness, the article continued. The social justice crowd, which Berry has apparently been pulled into, sees victimhood as a badge of honor. In that circle, there's a point system where moral superiority is gained by checking off boxes. Have a minority skin color. You get social justice points. Happen to be gay or lesbian? Points. Suffered some sort of trauma or abuse? More points. Sympathy for tough situations isn't a bad thing in and of itself, but it becomes corrupted when people rush to collect pity tokens. It's even more difficult to take the social justice structure seriously when famous multimillionaires like Berry exaggerate how hard they had it growing up. This detracts from the real struggles faced by individuals who truly face uphill battles. Barry might be better off using her well-earned resources and platform of fame to help lift people up, instead of tearing her former classmates down. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.